In the latest Twitch news, Asmongold received huge backlash from the community after his comment he made on going off on Gaza and Palestinian-Israel conflict. It all started off with this clip.
If you want to consider a genocide as a systematic killing of a group of people, they have genocide built into Sharia law right now. So no, I'm not going to cry a river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a f. They're terrible people. It's not even a question. It's crazy that people don't see it that way. They'd be doing the same thing. And how much did they kill? As many as they can. They're not able to kill as many people as Israel because they don't have as many bombs and as many weapons. But if they did, they'd be doing the same thing. That's it. Just takes enough. That's right. These people are not your allies. They are not the same as us. They come from an inferior culture that is horrible. It kills people for their identity, and it is directly antithetical to everything Western values stand for, and it is an inferior culture in all ways. It is that simple. No, I don't feel bad for them. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't care. I don't support them.
After the comments made by Asmongold, Asmongold's gaming PC company now has partners quitting allegedly in the following tweet, followed by huge backlash.
I am no longer partnered with Starforge Systems PC. I've requested that my code be removed from usage after a year of partnership due to the comments made by Asmongold, who is one of the owners. I have Muslim friends from that region, and I cannot represent that product after his comments. Have this inbred Wattet and anyone who stands with him. You support genocide. No way around that argument. I know the take is so bad he should be punished, but he won't because he's a part of protected fairies of the internet. Free Palestine till it's backwards. Beach. Forget Twitch for a sec. If I were in OTK, I would leave that org so fast as long as he is one of the owners. I'm not crazy about deplatforming people, but we just watched a bunch of human beings get burned alive, and this miserable piece of shit is calling them inferior. Dude could have played video games for the rest of his life and made millions, but instead wastes his time needing to share his opinion on every single world topic. If he said the same about the other side, his bank account would be locked. Did American ignorance on full display. Wrong. 1. Actually, Muslims have lived in peace with Jews for centuries under the Ottoman Empire. As a matter of fact, they were charged taxes for protection, but had no obligation to fight in any wars. Religious tolerance of people of the book, Jews and Christians, is required in Islam. 2. Nowhere in the Sharia does it advocate genociding people. 3. Many of Israel's enemies, like Iran and Lebanon, have similar military capability, but have focused on attacking military targets and not heavily concentrated areas with civilians, unlike Israel with Gaza and Beirut. So, your argument that they would do the same thing is incorrect. Here are some of the top guidelines that Asmongold directly violated recently. Suggest that a victim of a hate crime deserve to be harmed, incite or promote violence against a protected group, e.g. kill all the protected group. Content that perpetuates a recognized negative stereotype about a protected group as greedy or unintelligent. Content suggesting that protected group members are subhuman, inhuman, or impure. Content insinuating that individuals with certain protected characteristics are criminals or terrorists. Content that implies that another contemporary culture is primitive. Statements dismissing an entire group, e.g. I don't like protected group. Conspiracy theories that individuals or groups are evil, corrupt, or malicious based on a protected characteristic. Statements suggesting that a protected characteristic makes an individual more likely to be a criminal and or terrorist. Is it Twitch ever going to take action? Tearsun perfectly responds to Asmongold doubling down on Palestinians.
It's like if the people are voting for the people that want to oppress people based off of their identity, I think that to a certain extent,
okay. Let me answer your question. Okay, great question.
Of like what people think.
I have two problems here. I just told you that 50% of the population of Palestine and Gaza Strip, in the Gaza Strip, is under the age of 18. None of them voted for Hamas, okay? Because they weren't alive. That's number one. Number two, you said you voted for Donald Trump in the past, in 2016.
I did.
Okay, why did you vote for Donald Trump?
I just didn't really like Hillary Clinton.
There you go. Turns out people have many different motivations for voting for one particular party over the other, and it doesn't have to be Islamist fundamentalism that they believe in. So that's my point. Because they're human beings with a ton of different attitudes and different opinions. If they see the dominating party of Fatah as a party that is completely captured by Israeli security apparatus that is working at the behest of this state that is destroying their lives, they're going to be like, okay, I'm going to go with the other guy, just like you went with Donald Trump over Hillary Clinton. So, but it doesn't even matter because most of those people that voted for Hamas are dead.
After Asmongold's take and the huge backlash that he received, Asmongold apologizes for his take in the following.
Looking back on it, I was way too much of an asshole about the Palestine thing, my bad. Of course, no one deserves to have their life destroyed, even if they do things or have views I find regressive. You guys deserve more than me saying stupid shit like that. I'll do better.
Today, Asmongold ends up getting banned on Twitch, but on his alt account as Zach, which means that he won't be able to stream on his main account.
Twitch has now taken a side on the Middle East conflict, because there are many examples of Twitch streamers saying extremist stuff that's anti-Israel with no bans. So it looks like that Asmongold deflated a bit when getting facts thrown at him by Hassan Tahan. I guess he walked back his statements about inferiority a bit.
And so, but wouldn't that mean that it would be inferior? Or,
no, I wouldn't say that any culture is inferior to one another. I would, however, say that especially as it pertains to Palestinians, The reason why I don't think it's inferior over the one another is that inferiority is a very dangerous and treacherous language to utilize, especially when there are hundreds of thousands of dead and wounded people that are in the crosshairs of Israeli violence.
I think that it works. If this is a semantics issue, and if like me saying inferior, if you think that that's dehumanizing or problematic, then I don't necessarily completely agree, but I can see where you're coming from.
Not really keep listening. He refuses to walk back that comment. He is not hateful, but he f***ed up. Not sure he realizes he justified genocide with that comment.
NMP Lol confirming that Asmongold getting banned on Twitch.
Yeah, he's banned. He said some extremely out-of-pocket stuff yesterday.
Asmon diving headfirst into being a full-time political commentator, I think, was a huge mistake. I miss when he'd just play WoW and give his opinions on something while doing a sword run or something. This was years ago, but I used to watch him when he started as a long-time WoW guide viewer. I remember I tuned into him playing WSG with maybe 2,000 viewers and giving his opinions on politics back then. This must have been that era when donations were being called tips for the first time for some back-end change or tax purposes. To give context, it was surreal then, because no one wanted to talk about politics or religion as a rule, while it became an entire streaming category. This stuff isn't mean for people who are lazy analysts. Leave it to actual professors and degreed people, LOL.